Okay, it did break. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the show, the 3D Japan here. I'm Phil. And so I was watching the LM show with Loyal Moses over on Twitch, and he does giveaways all the time, and I won a bottle of this 3D Gloop. And I thought, that's great. I've got all of these models that I've printed, and they're not attached to their bases. There we go. And yeah, so I thought, I could use some of this Gloop and attach them, but I thought I would test it out a little bit first. So here we go. It comes wrapped up in this bag, but I don't know if they always do this, but inside the box, the padding is all of this fun white and purple shredded confetti. There's nothing else in the bottom. So let's put this away. And I have opened this already, I will admit. But yep, comes in the bag. The instructions nicely attached right to the bag. And then I guess this is some kind of packing material. I have no idea. But here is our bottle of Gloop. This is a, 120 milliliters. I think it should last a long time. So I've got some of these little test prints that I made. So we got like these little like handle type things. I just designed something that I would be able to grip on. So let's try sticking some of these together. So the instructions say the first thing you're supposed to do is rough up the edges where it's going to meet. So I've got a piece of this 80 grit sandpaper. Let's do a little roughing. In fact, I'll just put it down here and I can just rub the piece on it. That should be pretty good. Do the other one. Okay, that should be pretty good. Set that aside. Alright, let's put a little Gloop on there. Okay, so I made a few so we can test different amounts of time for holding them together. Okay, it's a little bit stinky. The instructions say to make sure in a well-ventilated area. Now, I'm in my garage. It's a fairly large room. I think it should be okay for just a few seconds. That on there. And I just dripped it all over here. But I'll just press it together. Let's try it for 15 seconds. Alright, that's about 15 seconds. See? Okay, it does pull apart pretty easily. Try a little longer. Try 30 seconds. Hey, that's about 30 seconds. Let's see if that made any difference. No, there we go. So clearly we're going to have to go a little longer than that. But interestingly, you can see on the blue here, some of the gold has come off of this one and transferred to the blue. So you can see what it's doing is it's actually melting the plastic as you press them together. So it's similar to, I guess, the model airplane cement that you might have used to build a model kit, where it actually melts the plastic when you put pieces together and then it hardens. Alright, so let's do another one, and I'll rough that up, and then I've got a quick clamp here. I can clamp it and hold it still for a little longer, say 10 minutes. Alright, got those sanded. Put a little bit on here and try not to spill it this time. Okay. I'll put a little on both sides. Okay, we'll stick them together. Get it together for a few seconds just so that I can use one hand to clamp it. Okay, let's open our clamp up. And it just barely fits in the clamp. Now that clamped, be back when it's done. Okay, so that has been clamped for about a half an hour. Let's get it out of there. Alright, let's see. Nope. Alright, so for the last one, let's try the actual instructions and leave it clamped for 24 hours for full strength. Let's give it a shot.
The following day.
Okay, it's been about 24 hours, and after reading the instructions more closely, it actually says to clamp it for 15 minutes and then full strength is after 24 hours. So I left it, clamped for 20 minutes maybe, but yeah, it's been a day. Let's see if it's any better. Okay, it did break, but it broke further down here. See if I can bend it. Nope, see, it's breaking along the layer lines of the print, not the actual goop, or the gloop. I don't know if I clamp it, maybe I can try it a little harder. Okay, that is clamped pretty good. Nope, it's still just breaking along the layer lines. So yeah, if you give this a chance, it looks like the print will break before the bond does. That is pretty fantastic. So you do have to give it time to fully cure. That's great. I'm going to try and do some of these busts now. Give this a little sand. Tricky part about these busts is definitely getting inside there. If I could wrap this around a pencil or maybe use a rotary tool, I could easily sand inside there, but I think this will be alright. Okay, now the thing is I don't have a clamp I don't think my clamp is big enough for this, but I can just hold it for 15 minutes and then we'll let it sit for 24 hours. I'm not going to make you wait for that, but yeah, so that's Gloop. That's apparently it works pretty well. And unlike the name, it is not actually that gloopy. It's very liquidy and tends to drip everywhere, so make sure you've got something like newspaper or a mat underneath your working area. Yeah, and that's it. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'll try to answer any questions if I can. I'll leave links below to where you can get this, and of course to the LM show as well. Thanks to them for sending it. So please be sure to subscribe. I'm really thrilled to have reached 10,000 subscribers, but that's not the end. I'm going to keep going. Our next stop is 100,000. Let's go.